This is Sarah Robinson of the Concord School Board, and we are in our City and Community Relations Committee meeting for August 19th, 2024. I call this meeting to order. Hi, friends. Joining me are other fellow board members, Jess Campbell and Mr. Bob Cotton. Thanks for being here, guys. Liz Boucher will not be joining us. She is on vacation. First element of our agenda is we've been participating in meet and greety kind of things at the farmers market. Has not generated the kinds of conversations that we hoped it would. So in the spirit of respecting and protecting our personal time outside of this, we've decided we're going to step away from doing farmers market work for the time being. Jess, do you have anything? You really spearheaded that and made sure that we were there. So
I could shed some light on participation, and we truly, most of the folks who came to visit us were folks looking for jobs. And that seemed to be the most, and we gave that information out. It was great because we had the code, but outside of that, it was really just our friends stopping by. Unfortunately, we didn't get a lot, or folks from out of town. It wasn't a lot of participation. Maybe in the future doing it once a month or doing it the first day. But I think there may be other events out there that we could participate. I know we had some great ideas on maybe even opening pool day, right? Getting out where families are to engage with different groups of people that are more Concord oriented and not just a place where people from all over the state come.
yeah, thank you very much for that feedback. I appreciate it. Everybody comfortable moving on from that agenda item?
Yes.
Okay, great. The next is the Multicultural Festival is coming up. And last year, did we share, please jog my memory, Kathleen, did we share a table with the city at that?
Yeah, we were together.
All right. Or do we have plans to do that again? Or
I think that Jonathan Weinberg set that all up with some members.
No, it doesn't surprise me at all.
The year previous to that, that we were there, we were separate.
All right.
So although I think the way they structured it anyway, we were close in proximity. Do you know what I mean?
I remember. I remember.
But so last year we were together. The year before we had separate tables.
All right. I do not have the bandwidth like Mr. Weinberg did to set up any kind of high fives. So let's just move forward with getting our own table. Is that cool?
Yeah.
Right.
Awesome. Thank you.
So there's a cost associated with that, right? And
There should be, yeah. I can't imagine it's that much, though.
yeah.
Is that something that we pay for out of the general fund?
Yeah, we take care of that if there is
Okay.
any cost
All right, great.
associated with it.
So go ahead, Kathleen. You look like you've got information for me.
I think John called and got us a table. Do you know what I
Okay.
mean?
Yeah, I can,
I got it.
you've got it?
Yeah.
Are you sure? Because I can do that. I can talk to Jess.
I'm on the committee for Cultural Festival. We're good.
Okay, so let it be known.
great.
Jess Campbell's on the committee. For that.
Awesome.
That's
Do we have a
brilliant.
date for that, just in
September-
case somebody might be watching?
Yeah,
22nd.
September 22nd.
September
Thank you.
22nd, okay.
That is exciting. It is probably my favorite day of being a Concord resident. It's the funnest. And so if folks are watching, first, God bless you and thank you for doing so. And secondly, I hope we see you at the Multicultural Festival.
Agreed.
So tell me about what you would like to have. It's informational. You're there. We do have lots of folks. We did have the board set up for the middle school project, which attracted a lot of conversation. I'm sure you
I bet.
know that. And we have new boards coming. We thought it would be nice to be able to share that.
Yeah, let's do
any
that.
information. What would you like to have available?
I mean, we should have the regular swag that we have. CTE has that really nice pamphlet that they've created. Do we have additional copies of the strategic plan?
Yep.
Okay. What do you guys think?
The only other thing that occurs to me, at least, is make sure that we have information about being able to sign up for reduced lunch and that kind of.
Yes,
that kind of
Bob. Genius.
And I would add also how to pay for your lunch too. So anything free
Right.
and reduced, and for parents who are like, oh, maybe I owed a balance last year, anything that we can provide that's quick hits.
Yep.
We also need a new tent. The tent that we've been using is broken. I'm more than happy to order one. I'll find a cheap one, but I don't know
Well,
if.
let me check in with Matt first
Okay.
before we do that.
Probably
He's-
have some
He's
already.
done that for
Perfect.
us before, so I don't know whether we have another one hanging
Okay,
around, so
yeah.
let me check.
The one that's here falls on
It's
us.
really gone through a lot, hasn't it?
Yeah, it's,
Yes.
it has for
All
sure.
right. Okay.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Thank you.
Think we have trifold, I think you've seen that, you know, the little trifold
Right.
with all the information about schools and telephone numbers
Yeah.
and who to contact.
Yep,
and
yep.
Little piece on 21st century after school programs. It has a
Yes.
piece on lunches, how much it costs, so
Yep.
we'll produce some of those.
Awesome,
Yeah.
thank you.
Okay. Calendars, do you wanna have some school calendars too available?
I mean, yeah, if you have information that parents
I'll put a big
often
box.
ask
We had a
for.
big- We had a big tub last year, we
I have the
just
tub.
loaded it with
I have to
stuff.
bring it. Yep.
Oh, awesome, thank you.
Yeah.
Jess is just a go-getter. God love you.
How many people come to this?
Boy.
Thousands.
Quite a few,
Yeah,
quite a few.
it's one of the more popular.
People come
Events.
from all around Concord too. It's super fun. Lots of entertainment, tons of food. Yeah, lots of artists, craftspeople. It's dope. I love it.
I'm brainstorming out loud, and if it's not easy, let's not. I would love to find a way to showcase the diversity that we do have in the school district. I'll say one of the things that I've been so proud of since joining the board is how inclusive we are, even with the PSATs, the SATs, right? How we invite everyone to test and we do things differently because we want everyone to feel included. Do we have any fact sheets on that, or?
That's a good
I'm
question.
trying to think about how we would have that.
Because that's something we should really be proud of, and I don't think a lot of people realize.
We could put something together.
Maybe
I know last year,
There's
do you
gotta
remember,
be.
Jess? Along the fence, remember that little round area where the
The-
kids could play in?
Yep.
Then along the fence, we had big, like tablecloth paper, you know, the roll paper that the kids
Yeah.
use in the elementary.
Yeah.
And all the elementary kids at Krista and at Broken Ground.
Yeah, because Dana, I think
all
Dana
had
invented
pictures
it, yeah.
and there's words, and it was really kind of neat, and they hung it along the fence.
Yeah,
So I'm gonna ask the buildings to do something like that again.
it
That would
was
be cool.
wonderful.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah,
I would like that very much.
it's a good time of the year too
I
to
don't
get
know
the
how
kiddos
they got
involved.
to
with
do that last year. Somebody must have
It was
told.
Dana. So Dana, and the
Dana
digital.
Folds?
Yep.
Yep.
Well, she's at the middle school now.
She is. Stop it. I mean, I'm pretty sure I voted to approve that, but it all like turns into one big mush in the
Yeah.
back of my mind. But
Yeah. she's
oh
excited.
man,
I love
Very
her.
excited.
she's the
Yeah.
greatest.
And then the digital. Oh, I forgot what was her name at Krista. The digital media.
Yeah. What, the other teacher? Yeah.
Yes,
I can't remember her
She's
name.
lovely too. So the two of them had reached out and
Yeah.
asked to do something for Welcome Week and Cultural Festival. So they ran with it. It was their idea.
Yeah.
They did a great job.
God love them.
Yeah.
Yeah, some of the best stuff comes from within our schools.
Oh yeah.
It's so cool. Yeah, if we could, I think that would be a fun thing for the kiddos to participate in and show off who they are. You know. Also, do we have like we have our strategic plan where DEIJB, like equity, is our number one, is our first goal. Do we have like a follow-up piece like, hey, we instituted this in a certain, you're giving knowing glances back and forth because it would be, I think when you're talking about improvements and advancing and the things that we already do, and you report to us all the time, like every weekly update is here's how it relates to, well, almost everyone, how it relates to the strategic plan, the topics. So that might be a nice way to show the community the ways in which we're continuing to expand and improve in ways that they're not paying attention to.
Well, so yeah, maybe we do have something like that in draft form because we want it. You mentioned that Kathleen constantly is giving updates, but if you're not watching all of the meetings, if you're not taking
That's it.
notes,
Yeah.
you don't have this. When you look at what we've actually accomplished, it's
Yeah.
been pretty incredible.
Yeah.
So we do have a list of accomplishments. So I think that would be easy.
Yes.
I think so
One
too.
thing.
I think we just need to keep it short too. I mean,
Well,
I-
it's not short because we
I-
did a lot more.
I know it's not short, but I'm just you know better than I. I mean, presentation wise,
Can't be like a wall of
Yeah,
text.
I don't
or people
want to
won't
just
read it.
a term
Yeah.
paper on all the things we've done.
So that kind of leads to please accept this with the intention that it is meant. Much of this material sounds a little dry.
It is.
You know, so I
Little
really
technical,
like,
little.
yeah, like
Yeah.
it's not. I would find it personally fascinating, and I would read it, and probably many of you. But I think our average family might not.
Right.
Fair.
You know, and so I really like that idea of whatever you're putting on the
Kids do.
fence, because it's about the kids. It's about what your kids will experience
Yeah.
in our district. It's about who we are. So I will be thinking of, you know, what other ways can we demonstrate in some way that is a real connection for anybody who
Yeah.
might walk by. But if you guys could think of that too,
Yeah.
we have a little bit of time,
Yeah.
you know, to come up with something. But, you know, yes, to make sure that it's not a long-term paper, to make sure that, because people, I don't think about us as a whole district. They think about us as their
School
child's
to school.
classroom.
Yes.
Yes,
Yeah.
school to school. What is my child going to learn?
Yeah.
Are they going to be welcomed on the first day? Are they going to be welcomed every day?
Yeah.
You know, and so how can we maybe convey that?
Yeah.
This is like the issue with music. Remember, we were concerned, we wanted to see more kids involved in the music program at the high school. Well, we discovered that down in the elementary school, it's expensive to rent equipment, right? It is very expensive, I mean, a monthly cost. And so what we did was you budgeted more money in your budget, and we bought instruments that are available to the kids at the elementary. That works, and middle school, by the way, and that works its way up.
Sure
More
does.
kids get involved, and our group is more diverse now because they can practice and have lessons at school and learn an instrument. But that might not be like all that exciting to somebody who isn't like us involved in it, right?
Right. You're right.
What is exciting is to see the band. It's
Yeah.
exciting to see the programs at the center when we have
Fun
the
to go
concert.
to the art
Yeah.
show. It's
Yes.
fun. Yeah.
That's-
It's the big
That's the fun.
ticket things that you don't.
And that's because we encourage more kids to be involved
Yeah.
and engaged,
Yeah,
as
absolutely.
Jess said.
Good point. We'll stick with the creation
Yeah,
that
I
the
like
kiddos,
that.
and if we
I
come
do.
up with anything kind of funky fun like that, I'll be honest, I probably won't. But I promise I will think about it.
Yeah.
Yeah, do that.
I mean, Terry, you're great at your job. You know what you're doing.
Thank you.
Yeah,
Kids,
I
kids
trust you.
also are participating in a lot of the entertainment. If you go over and
are.
sit and watch, a lot of those
yeah.
kids in the dance and all the
Yep.
singing
are our
and
kids.
whatever, they're our kids. So it's kind of neat to see them.
It's super fun.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so Jess, just to reiterate, you're gonna, because you're on the committee, you're gonna make sure we have a table. Thank
Yep.
you for doing that. The administrative team is gonna make sure that we have all the swaggy materials that we need, including the ones that we mentioned. And I think really folks are just gonna wanna ask us questions or say hi and pick up some pamphlets and then walk away or whatever. But yeah, good stuff. It'll be
I love
nice to
that.
be there and representative.
It's a great event.
Any new business folks wanted to bring forward? Anything y'all want to talk about, or are we feeling good? Bob?
I think we should just mention again, in case anybody's watching, that tomorrow night is back to school night.
At Keach
Keach
Park.
Park.
Yes.
And I think going forward, I'd like to have a little more discussion, not tonight, but a little more discussion going forward on how to better act with city council. I mean, this is kind of a continuing thing,
Yeah.
but I detect there's a little friction out there about the middle school and other things between us and the city council and who's doing what and
Yeah.
when.
Yeah.
And I think we ought to set some time aside at our next meeting maybe to try to address a couple of those things.
I think that would be a very good thing to put on our next agenda.
So when you met with the city in the spring, you said you would do 2 meetings. So that second meeting was scheduled for this fall.
Right.
So, let's look at our calendars and see what you think is a good week. We've been doing it Friday mornings. We do it here because it's a nice room. But we can go to the city too. They might, have, I don't know if they have a room like this that we could, but we have coffee and
Yeah.
stuff for everybody, so.
You know what I noticed, Kathleen, about that meeting is there's definitely a different culture between the school board and city council.
Yeah.
We like expect everybody on our board to like come up and participate. Like there's no, I wasn't holding it just for people on this committee. So I wonder if we can really make it clear to city council that councilors should be welcome at this table to be part of the conversation too.
Sarah, I think that the mayor made that decision to send representatives from the city council.
Okay,
I think
cool.
that's what happened, but we can talk to the mayor about how he wants to do that. That's fine too.
All right, cool. I just want to be sure that everybody,
yeah.
like, our culture is anyone can sit at the table and be a part of the conversation. And I'm sure it is for them too, but, you know, we had, I think, 2 counselors in the audience, during that meeting. And I felt badly, like they should be able to come up and sit with us if they so desire. So just wanted to put that out there.
And we kind of had an open-ended kind of approach to the meeting, whereas Tom was a little bit more very specific in topics. So
Yeah.
Jack and I talked about we'll do a little bit of both.
Yeah.
We'll have some specific topic, but we want to leave time for people to have conversation.
I was gonna say,
Right.
conversation is part
It's
of it. It's not just
critical.
give us your report, we'll
Yeah.
give you our report. It's-
Yeah.
I
it's
don't
more
want to do
like,
that. I don't.
you know.
No, that's
Yeah, some more back and forth, a more inclusive kind of
Yeah, okay.
conversation would be really, I think, welcomed by both governing bodies.
all right.
You know?
I will call him and then talk about when they might like to see. We've been talking about at what point we would do a presentation around our project to the city council, and so we're trying to figure that out. I talked
Yeah.
to Tom a little bit about that, and so we'll get because we want to do that, and we also want to meet with the planning board. So those things will happen.
Yeah, of course, of course. Thank you.
We're not quite ready to do that yet because we need just a little
little
bit more
more.
information.
Yeah,
but
that's fair.
when we're ready, we'll go and have a robust conversation.
I bet. Thank you. Terry, you looked like you had something to add.
I was just thinking,
Okay.
I'm good.
The wheels are always turning. Thank you for bringing that up, Bob. I really appreciate it. How about you, Jess? Anything else for the good of the
that's
order?
good.
Awesome. Okay. Then if that's the case, a motion to adjourn.
Move adjournment.
Second.
Excellent. Thank you. So moved by Mr. Cotton, seconded by Ms. Campbell. All those in favor? Aye. Any against? Any abstained? All right. This meeting is adjourned now.